and the idea of the forum is present. We're going to talk about the forum, and let's first discuss the forum itself. We have the honor of having Dr. Khalid with us today, so we'll give him priority. If we have time at the end, we can talk about exporting the test, because there's a course where we discuss the test. So, as we agreed, what is this forum? It's a tool. I can come here, and I can come here. And I come from the circle with the arrow. I want to link to the forum tool, the discussion board. They mentioned linking the tool, then I scroll to the type. We can get it right. There's a discussion board. So let's choose the discussion board. I'll name it Repeated Forum, available for users. The submission link is now called Repeated Forum. I can move it up as I like. All right, let's delete this and leave this one. And they mentioned linking the tool, and then I come to the type and I scroll down. You'll find that there's something here called the discussion board. So let's choose the discussion board. I'll name it Repeated Forum, and it's available for users. And the submission link is now called Repeated Forum. Of course, I can move it up again as I like, no problem at all. All right, let's delete this and leave this one. So what is the forum really? I mean, we've just created the link that will appear to the student in the section called forum. So when we click on this forum, what will happen? Let's also delete this. This gives you a chance. I have a forum and I want to delete it. I click here to activate and choose delete. The main delete option will delete it. I say yes, delete it. So I've deleted it. That's how you delete it. The duplicate is the one available to users and the one for sending. I now have a link called the duplicate forum. Of course, I can move it back up as I please. I can move it up as I please. There is no problem at all. Okay, we will delete this and leave this. So what is the forum really? I mean, we've just created the link that will appear to the student in the section called forum. So when we click on this forum, what will happen? Let's also delete this. This gives you a chance. I have a forum and I want to delete it. I click here to activate and choose delete. The main delete option will delete it. I say yes, delete it. So I've deleted it. That's how you delete it. So simply put, what is the forum? When we attend conferences, you'll find there's usually a big title for the conference, like a conference on e-learning, right? A forum is essentially a gathering or meeting place where people come together to discuss specific topics or issues. The purpose of attending such conferences is to gain insights, share knowledge, and network with other professionals in the field. For instance, you might attend a conference titled Innovations in E-Learning or The Future of Digital Education. So that's the main title of the forum, which sets the theme and focus for the discussions and presentations that will take place. Okay, what is it called? Perhaps e-learning. In the conference, under the e-learning umbrella, we have topics. One might be 8 to 9, e-learning's importance. 9 to 10, e-learning's disadvantages. The function is interaction between instructors and students. Create a course forum with topics like Unit 1 or specific issues. They say from 8 to 9, a session on e-learning's importance, and from 9 to 10 on its disadvantages. Topics fall under e-learning. Its function, facilitating interaction between instructors and students and among students. How to benefit? Create a course forum with topics like Unit 1 issues. If students engage, collaborative learning happens. Those confused might understand better. Forums can include grading or not. And the students interact. So how can I benefit? I can create a course forum named Course Forum, and within it, create topics. For example, a Unit 1 topic, or if I see an issue in Unit 1, I can create a topic. If I notice something specific in Unit 2, I can create a Unit 2 topic. If students engage here, they will be learning and they participate. Those who didn't understand can understand. Keep in mind the forum can have grading assessments, and you might choose not to assign grades. Grades are in the grading center. If there's something in Unit 2, I can create a topic about it. I believe that if the students participate, there will be collaborative learning and they will participate. Those who didn't understand something can understand it, making things easier. The forum may be graded. Where are grades? In the complete grading center. Assignments, tests, and forums can be graded. If ungraded, no column appears. So the key point in the grading center is what? Grades are found in the complete grading center. When you create an assignment or test, you can assign a grade to the forum for students to earn. If you set the forum to be worth points, a column named after the forum will appear in the grading center, showing student scores. If the forum is set without a grade, no column is created. The key point is, columns in the grading center depend on whether they have grades. If a grade exists, it appears in the grading center. If not, it doesn't. Now, back to the forum. Clicking on it shows the discussion board, prompting you to create the forum first. then topics within it. Let's create the forum by naming it, for example, e-learning. Any column that appears here in the grading center or doesn't appear depends on whether it has a grade. If it has a grade, it will be in the grading center so that grades can show up and be collected in one place called the grading center. But if it doesn't have a grade, then it won't be present in the grading center. Now let's go back to our forum. When I click here on the forum, it shows me the discussion board. Create the forum first, name it, then create topics. Let's create the forum. We'll say create forum. Every forum needs a name, so I'll name it e-learning. Here's e-learning. And if there's a description, add a description like learning with books or any name. A line or two is fine. The forum is available by default, which is great. Set visibility for a week, 10 days, or 2 weeks with specific dates and times. Leave it open for the semester for student participation. Now the key part is the forum settings. The first part is standard display method. Add a description like learning with books or any name. You can write a line or two, no problem. Ensure the forum is available. The default is available, which is great. Set the forum visibility for a week, 10 days, or 2 weeks with specific dates and times, or leave it open for the semester. Now, the forum settings are crucial. The first part has standard display method. Stick with your display method to control the forum. Choosing the other option, let students create topics. To create a forum with 3 topics, use the first option. You can also set the forum to be visible for a week, 10 days, or 2 weeks, with specific dates and times for when it will be displayed. You can set restrictions for the date and time, no problem, or you can leave the forum open for students throughout the semester, which is also fine, so they can participate. Now here's the most important part for me, which is the forum settings. The first part of the forum settings, if you notice, has something called standard display method. We're going to stick with this option, your display method. This lets you control the forum. Choosing the other option, let students create topics. To create a forum with 3 topics, stick with the first option. With the second option, each student can add 20 topics, which can get mixed up. The second part is about grading. Should this forum have a grade? If no grade, it won't show in the grading center, and students participate without grades. To encourage students, select a grade like 1, 2, or 3 points. If you choose the second option, each student can add up to 20 topics instead of 1, and things can get mixed up as you control the forum. So, stick with the first option. The second part is about grading, as mentioned. Do I want this forum to have a grade or not? If it is no grade, it won't show in the grading center, and students will participate without grades. To encourage students, say, I'll give a grade. Select here, choose 1, 2, or 3 points. Notice, activating this also activates this option. When a student participates, the mark appears in the grading center like an assignment mark. The column in the grading center will show the students' participation, a form of engagement without any grades. But I want to encourage the students and tell them, look, I'll give a grade, or I'll do this. I have to check and choose a grade, 1, 2, or 3 points. Now you'll notice that when I activate this, it also activates this option. When a student joins, that mark will appear in the grading center, just like the assignment mark. When a student submits an assignment, this mark appears in the grading center for grading. You have to go into the student's attempt, review their assignment, and give them a grade. If the student deserves 2 out of 5, you write 2 out of 5. Here's the same idea. Notice when activated, it also activates. When the student participates, a mark appears in the grading center. When a student submits an assignment, this mark shows in the grading center, needing grading. You must review the student's attempt and assign a grade. Similarly, the student's participation needs grading. If the student participates once, they earn a grade. I want them to participate multiple times, allowing a limit of up to 50 contributions. When students submit assignments, you must review and grade their attempt. If they deserve 2.5, write 2.5. Participation also needs grading. If they participate once, they earn the grade. But I want multiple participations. I can set a limit of 50 contributions. I can require 5 participations. If they participate 5 times, they earn the grade. Set it to 2 times. Scroll down. Notice. Allow members to participate in the forum. No problem with that. And you can also... The student's participation requires grading. Why grading? Because here I'm saying that if the student participates just once, they will earn the grade. But I don't want that. I want the student to participate multiple times. So, it allows me to set a limit of up to 50 contributions. This means I can require the student to participate 5 times. If the student participates 5 times, what do they get? They earn the grade. So let's set it to say twice. Then we'll scroll down. You'll notice there's something called allow members to participate in the forum. That's fine. And you can also, yes, we agree, and check the option to include it in the email. They might also receive an email saying that they can participate in the forum. No problem at all. Now, about allowing members to create new threads, let's avoid that. Let's not let them create new threads. Why shouldn't they create threads? Because yes, we agree, and check the option to include it in the email. They might also receive an email saying that they can participate in the forum. No problem at all. Now, about allowing members to create new threads, I'm telling you here, let's avoid that. Let's not let them create new threads. Why shouldn't they create threads? Because if I open the process for the students, what will happen in the forum? I won't be able to control it. These were the most important settings. In the forum that I'm telling you about, there's nothing more than that. Then we click on Submit. When we click on Submit, you'll notice that the forum has been created with this name, but I haven't created the topics yet. I haven't created the topics yet, so how do I create the topics? I need to go into the forum, click on it like this, and press on the forum. Okay, open it up. I'm now inside the forum. Now I'm inside the forum called e-learning. I'm going to start creating a thread. Create the topics or how to create a thread. Okay. I'm going to write my first topic in the forum. If I want to create 2 topics in the forum, I'll write the first topic, for example, the importance of e-learning. I'll write the message in a way that encourages the students to engage around the importance of e-learning and get involved in the topic and share their thoughts on this subject and participate actively in discussions related to the topic. And he writes them and shares them. Then I can say here, if I want to attach any file for them, I can attach it. If I don't want to attach anything, I just click on Submit or press Send. You'll notice now that I have a topic inside the forum. I have a topic inside the forum.